And welcome back to Warwick High School Championship Boys action now. Greg Bicouvaris along with Carl Daniels. Carl, this should be a really interesting matchup. Two of the old schools, Huntington and Booker T.
Yeah, this should be a real good matchup here. Boys volleyball. This is also for the championship, just like the previous game we saw with the girls.
And one thing about this match right now, it's best of three, and that first set is so important.
Oh yeah, once you win that first set, you had a confidence that you can win the second set.
But right now it's wide open, anybody's ball game. This should be a great volleyball matchup. Stay tuned.
High game standards by remembering that you represent your school just as definitely as a member of your team. Good sportsmanship is a top priority in the Virginia High School League. The manner in which your school is represented is far more important than wins and losses. Cheer for your team, but respect the other team, fans, and game officials. Good sportsmanship is all about respect. Build with humility, lose with grace, and both with dignity. So conduct yourself as a true sportsman, encouraging through your behavior the practice of good sportsmanship to others. Again, welcome, support your team, and be a good sport. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's meet the teams. First one, the visitors, Booker T Middle School. Yeah! Number 3, Zach Haffrey. Number 15, Aiden Merrifield. Number 37, Yamani Gray. Number 31, Nolan Ireland. Number 8, Cameron Smith. Number 10, Braden Tolan. Number 12, Alex Bradshaw. Number 32, Ethan Airfield. Number 4, Ryan Cochran. Number 2, Kayette Hill. Number 22, Elijah Price. Number 27, Josiah Duff. Number 1, Nathan Sunday. Number 0, Manny Bly. And number 13, Neil Doe. Now for your number 1 seed, Huntington Middle School. Number 3, Terrace Brown. Number 8, Adonis Sawyer. Number 4, Javon Taylor. Number 26, Tijera Hooker Smith. Number 39, Naheem Sawyer. Number 10, Trevor Bear. Number 41, DeAndre Alexander. Number 38, Cash Covington. Number 42, Dan Quan Moss. Number 21, Zion Harrison. Number 14, Khalil James. Number 96, Sydney Austin.
And welcome to Boys Middle School Finals right here in volleyball at Warwick High School. Greg Bicouvaris along with Carl Daniels, our great YouTube crew, led by Ray Price. And like we said in the opening, this should be a great matchup between Booker T and Huntington.
Yeah, this should be a really good matchup between these two teams. These two teams to get here, of course, Booker T beat Passage, and then Huntington, of course, beat Ella Fitzgerald, who we saw in the previous game with the girls, and they won the girls' championship. So now we have Booker T and Huntington for the boys championship. As they're getting ready to begin the game here.
The officials are Winings and Bowman. Glad you're with us. Always about the mindset, reset, awareness, alert, championships. This is it, the final. Booker T wearing the black uniforms. They're called the Bay Savers. Huntington wearing the light blue. Susan McAuliffe, the head coach of Booker T.
And we're seeing both coaches get with their teams for strategy. As we see Coach McAuliffe talking to one of the officials about some things, and the coach of Booker T just broke the huddle with his team, so we're getting ready to get started here in just a moment. And there you see Huntington's coach there getting the command, so they're getting ready to get started here. And it looks like Huntington, we'll see who's going to serve here first. Looks like Huntington is in a position to serve here.
All right, no score, just underway. Should be a great 2 out of 3 set matchup. Great rivalries, two of the oldest schools among the middle schools. At one time, Huntington, known as the Vikings, was a high school. Thad Madden coached the football team there. My sister actually went to Booker T, just like Elijah Price.
Oh, okay.
They got a great history as well.
Oh yeah, and I'm very familiar with Huntington, as my mom and my dad went to Huntington, and my dad ran track there for Thad Madden when he was in high school.
Madden was a great football coach at Huntington and Warwick at this school right here.
Here we go.
And while the officials are getting everything straight, it takes a while to get a reset and a focus here. Best of 3. You saw Fitzgerald do very well in the girls.
Oh yeah, Fitzgerald played extremely well, especially against the number 1 seed Gildersleeve. So we're gonna see who's gonna play well here.
And just like that, Booker T has got the lead. This guy can really serve number 10 here.
Oh yeah. And we see
they said it was in.
Yeah, and we saw what type of serve that was coming from number 10, Brayton Tolan.
And this can serve him well, no pun intended.
Oh yeah.
For the future in varsity as well.
Oh yeah.
Spread, pacing, use the tip to attack the ball. Just like that, 3-0 lead for the Bay Savers. A little bit too aggression there.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on it, but we can see that he's a very strong server by the way he serves the ball.
And the good advantage for Huntington is that Booker T's got to rotate servers. It's going to be the same server all the time.
Oh yeah.
4-1. Got to keep your strength and momentum going. 4-2. Huntington serving in the light blue. And that's the last thing that Coach McAuliffe wanted wants the players to stand around.
Yeah. If the ball is there, you got to go after it if you see it coming your way.
Ball staying up in the air. In favor of Booker T. Up by 2. So out there for Booker T is some very solid players. Gray, as well as number 10. Tolan, number 3. Godfrey, number 15, respectfully. And that's Harefield. Number 8 is Smith, and number 31 for Booker T is Ireland. Huntington's got number 10, Fair. Number 39, Sawyer.
And one of the things that we're seeing is a lack of communication, especially right now on Huntington's side. They're not communicating with each other.
Number 3 is Brown for Huntington. Number 26 is Smith. Sometimes you got to reset and get focused.
Yeah, and that's what Huntington has to do. They're not communicating with each other. They're not talking to each other to really know what's coming, what they need to set up. And you got to have communication. You know, no matter what team sport you play, you have to have some form of communication. And right now they're not having that.
And you take the composure of your coach. You feed off the energy of your coach, the demeanor of the coach, how much he or she is in control.
Yeah. Coaches dictate a lot. Coaches dictate how the players are going to play. You know, if you have a coach that's rah, and this and that, the players are going to play. And if a coach is, kind of level-headed, the players are going to play level-headed no matter what the situation is.
They see your body language and movement all the time. 8-4 in favor of Booker T. In fact, in the girls' game, whoever's playing more loose seems to have that advantage.
Yeah, and right now Booker T's playing a lot more loose than Huntington is.
This is number 31, respectfully. Ireland to serve for Booker T. And the serve is definitely controlling the narrative.
Yeah, the serve is definitely making a difference in this game, and that's how Booker T was able to get the lead thus far.
Nine to 4. Booker T serving. Still number 31. Ireland. Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, glad you're with us. That ball goes out. Those early leads can definitely can manifest into a bigger lead later.
Yeah, right now this is a 7-point lead. And it does expand into an 8-point lead, 12-4.
And you said it, Huntington just can't stand around.
Yeah, it just seems like they're standing around and not communicating with each other where the ball is going. We don't see that teamwork going.
And volleyball, a lot of girls play volleyball. And, it's a great sport for girls and guys both.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But you got to have, you know, that communication component in there to know where you're going.
And you're not playing soccer out here.
Yeah.
They're asking what he's doing.
Yeah.
In soccer, that would have been perfect.
Oh, yeah.
But this ain't soccer.
Soccer, he probably would have scored a goal.
And you got to be proactive, and you got to be mentally aware of where the ball is and where your opponent is. And footwork is so important.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that's why we see the lead. We're at 6 points now, 13-7 where it's at.
In favor of Booker T, the Bay Sabres. Excellent matchup here. But you got to be proactive. You just can't watch the ball because the ball will move faster than you are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to really move toward the ball, especially in volleyball. Volleyball is one of those sports you have to move to the ball and hit it. You can't wait for it to come to you.
So much is anticipation. 13-9. Vikings down by 4. That goes out of bounds. Remember, it's best of 3. First one to 25, win by 2. Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, glad you're with us from Warwick High School. Middle school volleyball finals. Live on YouTube. And I get it, it's been a long day. These kids are tired. It might be during dinner time. They could be hungry as well. You have no idea what they're going through.
Yeah, you certainly don't. And, you know, we talked about fatigue earlier in the first game, and we're seeing this versus Huntington right now. A little bit of fatigue may be setting in as well.
16-9. It's been all Booker T this first set. And number 10 for Booker T, Tolan, looks like he can play varsity right now.
Yeah, he's definitely ready for varsity.
Come on, get it!
7-point lead. Booker T serving, number 3. That's Godfrey.
Get it!
And he did this smart thing by letting it bounce.
Yeah, that was a smart play by him. Just let it go. You get the point, then you get another chance to serve.
18-10. Booker T serving. And this first set's going by quick.
Yeah, it really is. On that play, Huntington was really just asleep. I mean, the ball just went past the player right there. You have to go after the ball. You can't just sit there and let the ball come to you.
$19 to 10. Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, Ray Price, glad you're with us. Ray doing the camera. Got the nice monitor out here. You gotta love the monitor, Carl.
Oh yeah, definitely.
These mini monitors are great for video productions.
Oh yeah, you can see everything, and it's, you know, HD, high definition. You get to see all the details, and it's really great for us because we get to
You
see
can
the
even
game
see
from
how
a
the
different
battery
view.
level's doing too, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So right now we got good battery levels as well.
That's great. And our VU meter's moving very well. All digitally composed.
And we have to, of course, thank our illustrious producer extraordinaire, Ray Price, for making sure that we had this monitor to look at. And right now there is a stoppage in play as the official and coaches are conferring with one another. Right now your score is 19-10 in favor of Booker T. Booker T is serving. The first one that gets to 25 will win the first game. Best 2 out of 3.
And of course the girls went 2-0. And of course right now it's 19-10 in favor of Booker T and Susan McAuliffe, the head coach, and for the Vikings it's David Gatlin. Remember a great basketball player at Maryland named Keith Gatlin.
Mm-hmm.
Played with Len Bias and Adrian Branch.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's reset and rethink time now for the Vikings. This break might give them an advantage.
Yeah, because it stops the momentum in play, allows them to regroup, allows them to talk with one another, figure out what they need to do to kind of climb back into this game. Because right now it's a 9-point lead. 6 more points and Booker T will win this first game. But the biggest thing again is they have to communicate with one another. They're just not doing that, and they have to go after the ball. They're letting the ball come to them, and they're really not going after the ball, and you just can't do that.
19-10 as we got a pause in play.
And just like we talk about communication, we look at Booker T. If you see them to my left, you can see they're kind of practicing staying warmed up. Whereas you don't see that from the Huntington team, and they're starting to do that now. And that's that communication, team chemistry. Team chemistry plays a huge factor, the difference between you winning a game and losing a game.
Yeah, Booker T wants to keep playing. They don't want to get cold.
Right.
It's almost like that long halftime at the big game.
Mm-hmm.
That can affect the momentum because it's a concert. There's so much involved.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you want to do is start all over again.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that. So it's important to keep, warmed up, keep that communication going, figure out what your strategy is going to be in order to, if you're Booker T, get 6 more points and win the game. If you're Huntington, how can we get back in the game and then worry about winning the game?
It's nice to see the athletic director for the Newport News Schools, Lee Martin, here in attendance tonight as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As well as his assistant, Christy Marie Croft Dixon as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, we got to do elementary schools next, Carl. That's next. Or Carl, they can get you and I walking around one of the fields in Yorktown.
Oh yeah.
See who can walk the slowest, who can walk the fastest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like I told you, I like the field over there by Victory Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
I get a workout. I recommend it, folks, or exercise.
Oh yeah.
Go there and walk there.
Oh yeah.
Or the field that you like to.
Oh yeah.
In Yorktown as well.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about any cars.
No, my son likes to run around on the soccer field. So a lot of times I take him to the back if not a whole lot of people back there. Allow him to run around on the soccer field and stuff like that. So.
And if he falls down, nothing happens.
Oh no.
It's that time of the year, so please be careful when you see kids riding their bikes.
Oh yeah.
All right, Carl, we'll take a little bit of a break here because they're taking an extended break right now.
Mm-hmm.
So now the score has been changed to 17-11. All right, 17-11 after the reset. Let's hope it's for the better.
Yeah.
For both teams.
Yeah. So 17-11. 2 points taken off the board for Booker T, and Huntington is starting to serve.
Huntington serving. Down by 5, 17-12. We'll see whose advantage it happens to. Big point there for Booker T as they got their ace server here.
Now we see number 10 getting ready to serve.
When you have a dominant serve, just like in tennis, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, when you have a dominant server, that can make a huge difference.
And right now they got a 7-point lead in serving for the Bay Sabres in the black uniforms. Sometimes you're running out of real estate. Great rally. The effort's definitely there, but sometimes you almost got to watch bumping into your own teammate.
Yeah, you really do. It's still a 6-point lead.
And Huntington serving. All right, stay
19 to
tuned. Right here, it's 19-13 in favor of Booker T. So right now it's 19-13 in favor of Booker T. Right now Booker T needs to close the deal.
Yeah.
There was a nice break in between, unexpected, but now they want to focus and close the deal with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, they really do. And I think that broke their momentum a little bit with that long break.
And that's only natural that it happens. So it's 20-13. Booker T serving. Now an 8-point lead. And an 8-point lead is very difficult to overcome late in the first set.
Yeah, it really is. And once again, we see the communication factor of Huntington playing a role in these points.
If communication breaks down, it's very difficult. But you got to be interested. You got to stay engaged. You got to stay focused because the other team can sense it when you're not.
Oh yeah, they definitely can.
Always want to get forward momentum. You really got to be proactive and keep an eye on that ball.
Yeah, you can't just stand around and look at your teammates. You know, one of the things that we saw in the girls' game, we saw a lot of communication going on between those two teams.
And a lot of movement, too.
Exactly.
Big point here for the Vikings. And a great point there for Booker T. Kind of a surprising point.
Yeah. Now it's a 7-point lead, 22-15. So they are 3 points away from closing the deal.
And number 31 to serve. This is Ireland. (23-15) in favor of Booker T. Glad you're with us on this Newport News Public Schools event. Elijah Price in there, number 22.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what Elijah can do. Late here in the first set.
He's on the front line.
And he's coming in at a crucial time.
Stay in.
23-16.
Get it back, side out. Get ready, Cameron.
And sometimes it's tough to come off the bench and produce.
Yeah, because you got to kind of warm up a little bit.
It's like anything else, like before a tennis match or a basketball game.
Right.
I keep seeing foot movement. Somebody needs to tell the kid you can't use your feet.
Right.
That goes to coaching.
Right. This isn't soccer. I think they got this a little bit confused between volleyball, use your hands, soccer, use your feet.
Soccer can also use your head.
And we see Elijah, number 22, save the ball and save the play on that one.
Elijah with the
was right
save.
on that.
With the save. 24-18. Sometimes closing that last point's the most difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult to close. But you gotta be like Damian Lillard. You gotta close it out.
I'm telling you, body language, posture is so important. Even your facial expressions.
Yeah.
The opponent can read all of it.
Let's go.
24-20. The leader's got to step up. What a point. The ball is in. I've seen a lot of foot movement out here.
Yeah.
Explain to us.
And coming from the same player. But they let him get away with it on that one. That's the shocking thing.
That is really awkward.
Yeah, it is.
You can't make up the rules in the middle of a match.
No.
Set point for Booker T. And you can feel the nerves on Booker T.
Yeah, you see Huntington is gained momentum. They're only down 24-21. And Booker T is taking a timeout now. Huntington is gaining that momentum now.
Ever since that break midway through the first set, Huntington's been a different team.
Yeah, they have. They really have. You see that communication, you see that fight in them, you see their energy level has changed. And Booker T's energy level is kind of going down a little bit. So we're seeing the difference with that break. That break obviously made a difference.
This should make a final few moments of this first set interesting. Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, glad you're with us. We're at Warwick High School in Newport News. 24-22. Great engagement by the fans. Huntington in the light blue, Booker T in the black. Sometimes all you need is a little reset. Both teams are playing their best volleyball right now. That could be a controversial point.
Yeah, that could be. That could be. We've seen a lot of controversial calls when hitting the ball.
That might be the biggest one right there.
Yeah.
That clearly looked like Booker T's point.
Right.
I mean, I thought the fans agreed to it as well.
Right.
We didn't call it. We wait till the official.
Right.
But the official's human as well.
Right.
24-23. Vikings down by 1. And that's it. Booker T wins it. 25-23. An exciting set 1. Stay tuned for an exciting set 2. right, back to action here. YouTube, Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, glad you're with us at Warwick High School. Middle school volleyball. This is the set number 2. Booker T won the first set 25-23. Kind of a controversial game.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of calls that could be a little bit questionable for what you used to seeing for volleyball. But on that last serve, it went out of bounds, and Booker T got the points of 1 by 2.
I get it, you can use your whole body, but it's almost like basketball. You can't kick the ball in the net and expect that to be a point.
Right. I've never seen people be able to kick the ball in volleyball. Most of the time, they're using their hands and stuff like that. Soccer, yes, you can use your head and stuff like that, but volleyball, I've never seen it. That's something, relatively new to me. But normally in volleyball, you can hit it with your hands, but not with your feet.
Yeah, you can only do but so much. We'll see that with a...
All right, man, take a deep breath. Let's go.
We'll see what happens in set number 2 here. Of all the rules in volleyball, ball handling is probably the most misunderstood. The ball is allowed to touch any part of the player's body from head to toe as long as the player is legal. Yes, a player can kick the ball, which is legal contact. So there you go. Is it a good rule? Absolutely not.
Right.
You can't headbutt a ball either.
Yeah. And again, that's just something that you just don't see in volleyball where people kick the ball. That's just
Rarely.
something you very rarely, if ever. This is the most I've ever seen.
And it's all about credibility. You don't see certain rules in football made up as the game goes along.
Right.
Or basketball or baseball.
Right.
Can you imagine in baseball you just throw the ball over the fence and you get a home run instead of hitting it?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Some rules are awkward. That's an awkward rule.
Right.
That's the first thing that came out of our mouth was that was awkward.
Yeah, it really was.
It didn't look right, and the player almost looked confused as he was kicking the ball.
Yeah.
He's like, did I get away with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's the coach right there. Susan McAuliffe. She coaches Booker T.
That would be like you, in basketball when a player shoots the ball, you can hit the ball every time it goes to the rim. Nobody would never score any points.
Think about how many headbutts Giannis could do at his height and make an easy layup.
Oh yeah.
But and he's from Greece, like my background. But still, you can't make up rules like in soccer. You can't throw the ball in the net.
Yeah.
And just like that, set number 2 is underway with Booker T having a 1-point lead. The start will be very important.
Yeah, it will.
And sometimes when you lose the first set, it can take some gas out of the car.
Yeah. It takes some momentum from you, especially in a series, a short series like a 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5. It's not 4 out of 7.
It's hard to play catch up.
Yeah, it is.
2-1 in favor of the Vikings. And Huntington's starting to get fired up.
Yeah. They have that momentum now.
But you see, Booker T's keeping their cool, keeping their composure.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not really letting anything bother them.
You can't get caught up in the hype because you can lose a lot of energy that way.
Oh, yeah. And once again, number 10 with those beastly serves.
And just like that, it's 3-all. Some of these points go either way.
Yeah.
But regardless, Booker T will take it. It's 4-3. Fans trying to cheer the Vikings on.
There you go, Cameron. Way to go for it.
This game is intense already.
Yeah, it is. Tight game, tied up at 4 here. Huntington serving.
And Booker T is tied up at 4-all with the Vikings here at Warwick High School. Energy will be so important in concentration here. And sometimes if you're the team that's got the 1-set lead and you let up, guess what? You start letting up too much, you got to play a third set.
Yeah, and that's what we see right now.
And you can't just stay flat-footed either. You got to constantly move without the ball. Again, the volleyball is pink and white.
Right.
It's keyed. It has a lot of tight air in it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It can't be flat.
No, you can't be.
5-all. It's 5-all. Some of these rules tonight, I tell you, we're learning something, Carl.
Yeah, we're definitely learning something.
I think the officials are learning too.
Yeah.
6-5. Now 7-5 in favor of Booker T. Booker T wants to keep the momentum going, but
Right.
not play to the opponent's energy.
Yeah.
They control the narrative. They won the first set.
Yeah, and it seems like, too, Booker T is playing more team-oriented where everybody on Huntington is going for this ball at the same place at the same time. You notice Booker T stays spread out, whereas Huntington kind of crowds the net and crowds where the ball is going more.
And you can't make it up in 1 point.
No, you can't.
You can't make up a deficit in 1 point.
No.
And just like that, it's a 3-point lead
Yeah.
with number 8 serving, and this is Cameron Smith for Booker T.
And the point goes to Booker T somehow.
Big break for Booker T.
Yeah. And it's now 9-5.
9-5. Great rally here. And you look at some of the guys in the front line for the Vikings, they're not that big.
No, they're not. They're not.
Number 14, he's got a great heart, but he's not that big.
No, he really isn't. He really isn't. But again, with Huntington, everybody crowds that front line where Booker T is more spread out, playing team-oriented ball.
But you got to love the desire by both teams. And these officials having 1 or 2 seconds to make a reaction to the decision.
Yeah, they only have a second. And when you go in action-packed games, you know, like volleyball, football, especially basketball, you have to make decisions split second.
– 11-6. Booker T serving. This is Ireland serving it. (12-6). These officials, sometimes they're hesitating.
Yeah, they really are.
They're not making, quick decisions.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you got to make quick decisions.
That was obviously out.
Yeah, once it hits the rafters, that's over with at that point.
Timeout in action here. I think it's a much needed timeout for everybody. It's 12-6. Booker T, stay tuned. we'll see what happens after this break. Greg Bicouvaris, Carl Daniels, Ray Price, glad you're with us. We're at Warwick High School in Newport News. Boys Volleyball Championship.
All right, let's go.
Second set. Booker T won the first one. And Huntington's got to watch it here. They're down by 7.
Yeah, the game is kind of slowly pulling away here. 13-6 is your score. And we're ready for Booker T to serve.
There's a lot of stoppages in play here tonight. We'll see what happens as this set evolves. But the bottom line is 13-6. Booker T is serving and has the lead.
There you go, Cameron.
Good placement. Like I said, it's not always your height, but it's your heart and your desire.
Yeah, that heart and desire sometimes overtakes size and speed and all the other factors.
It's not a good look to use your feet. It just isn't.
No, it isn't.
That's an easy way out.
Yeah, it is.
What did Obi once say? If you choose to take the quick and easy path, it'll ever be your destiny.
Exactly.
But sometimes you use a lot of English or spin on the ball. It can throw the opponent for a loop. It can in tennis. It can in volleyball. 13-9. And number 14 is doing a great job. This is James. A lot of fire to him. Big point here.
Get it.
That serve really controls the narrative.
Yeah, number 14 for them right now. Smallest player on the court, but has the biggest serve right now, and they got momentum. It's a 13-11 ball game now.
And keep it right here on YouTube. This is a pivotal point of the set here. Just to reset it, Booker T won the first set 25-23 over Huntington, their arch rival. And one thing, you talk about a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. Everybody's got to be in sync together.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to where the ball is going.
And from the outset, Huntington showed a lot of firepower this set.
Yeah.
It's just the confidence they exude.
Well, I think the other difference is, too, Huntington put in a little bit bigger lineup. Booker T went with a smaller lineup across their front line, and that's making the difference right now.
And realize, too, Booker T needs to show some urgency here.
Yeah, they really do.
This 14 kid is dominating. You might have heard me say it too fast.
Yeah, you can't make that little subtle mistake like that.
He jinxed it. It's 14-0 now. That was 14 serving.
Yeah.
Big serve by number 12 here, Carl. And that is Bradshaw.
And the thing is here too, if you're Booker T, you might want to make a substitution and put some of your bigger players in here. But number 14 for Huntington getting a clap from the crowd here, did an outstanding job serving the ball to get them back in this game.
14-all is the score. And sometimes you just watch the ball, it can have bad effects for you.
Yeah, you got to go after the ball. Volleyball is one of those sports, you have to go after the ball. You don't let the ball come to you.
And just like that, a 2-point lead. 16-14. Remember, there's no shot clock out here.
Right.
Hold it, guys. Got it, get it, guys.
Number 3 is showing his strength. That's Brown for Huntington. $16-all, kind of a slap serve there, but it was effective by Sawyer.
We want Nate. Let's go,
16-all. Tied up. Second set.
Good effort.
Yeah, definitely.
It's okay.
Relax, take a breath.
17-16.
Got this. You got
Somebody from Booker T's got to step up.
it. Get it.
And who it does, the man himself, number 10.
That's Brayton Tolan.
Yep, Tolan.
That's the
No
one that
tolls
has-
there. He went across the bridge tunnel pretty well.
And he's the one that does those power serves.
It works well. Yes, it does. The ball is in. And number 12, Bradshaw got it in the corner.
Yeah, he got in the corner where the player for Huntington thought that it was going to go out of bounds, but it was inbound.
Placement so important, Carl.
Yeah.
18-all, second set.
Stick with it, guys.
Booker T won the first set, 25-23. Huntington in the light blue, Booker T in the black uniforms at Warwick High School, middle school volleyball. Glad you're with us. Sometimes it's natural to catch the ball.
Yeah.
And for your Huntington, you want to take advantage of every possibility.
Yeah, you do.
It's already down one set.
Yeah. Especially in a ball game like this that is tied and you got a chance, a couple more points to win.
19-all. The serve will be important. There was body contact on the net,
Yeah,
but still that looked controversial.
yeah.
And the coaches are disputing it. Regardless, it doesn't matter. The official can supersede it.
Right.
Good coaching by both teams. Good effort by both teams. But somebody's got to step up here
Yeah.
when it's 20-all.
Yeah. That was just a communication factor there. When the ball comes to you, you got to hit it.
And you can't be too demonstrative either.
No.
There's a fine line of patience, agility, placement, footwork, positioning.
And so now that they rotated, this is the point in the game that number 10 is serving. If you are Huntington, you don't want to see number 10 serving at this point of the game.
Now it's a 2-point lead and a set lead. Keep it right here. All right, 22-20 in favor of Booker T, and they're serving. Like Carl said, you got your bread and butter guy, Tolan. And he's jumping up in the air. A little bit too much mustard there.
Yeah, he put a little bit too much on it.
It was a fine line, like we said. Don't want to be too aggressive. What happens is you're starting to see some fatigue right now.
Yeah, and these are critical mistakes during the course of this game that you can't make at this point, especially in a tight game like this.
23-21. And you can't afford to stand around now.
No, you certainly can't.
Somebody's got to show some fire and desire.
Go for the ball, go for the ball.
This is what it's all about.
Nice.
23-all. You got to watch this kid's footwork here. A lot of steps there. And Huntington is 1 point from tying it up. Big point, big point.
Be ready.
So Huntington wins it by the same score as the first set. Both have won 25-23.
Right.
Stay tuned. All comes down to the third set.
Yeah, it comes down to this third set, and this is what's going to determine who's going to be the champion of Newport News Middle School Volleyball between Booker T and Huntington. Both teams won one game apiece, both by a score of 25-23. So it's been two close games, so we'll see who's going to have the momentum swing here.
It's going to be about who wants it more. Who's got that extra desire, that extra itch? If you really want it, you can't stand around. You got to be proactive, move without the ball. Try to get a spike. A spike can really boost your confidence and get the crowd going.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, we talked about this during the girls' game that was shocking, that we have not seen anybody spike the ball in open spaces where they can spike the ball. So that's been really shocking in both of these games.
And number 3 can do it for Huntington and number 10 for Booker T. Number 3 for Huntington, of course, is Brown, and Booker T is Tolan. So we'll see what happens. Also, I want to thank all the good people here at Warwick for all their great hospitality and making this work. From the women's basketball coach to the AD.
Hey, guys.
Every point is crucial here. We'll see who the urgency favors. Gonna play like there's no tomorrow. We're here at Warwick High School. Third set in the final decisive set in best of 3. You almost got to play now and react later.
Yeah. And once again, we see Tolan serving. He's kind of like their power server, but a little bit too much on that one as it went out of bounds.
You got to temper it a little bit. Like I said, you can't make it up in 1 point.
Right, guys?
2-all.
It's all right.
All right, shake it off.
Got to shake it off, move to the next point. Serving, passing, teamwork, attacking, power hits, blocking, all important. Mindset, reset, awareness. And Huntington's had a renewed energy the last couple sets.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they seem to have the momentum right now.
And the coach was looking to the bench. This is a game of momentum for sure.
All right, guys, come on. Get it over.
That's it.
3-all. You can't get too high or low, but
No.
you really got to step on that gas pedal right now
Yeah,
and try to get some type of lead here in the third set.
right.
You don't want to go back and forth.
Yeah, if you get a couple points lead, that can be huge in a game like this.
Sometimes you just have to swap it over the net. A game of finesse and touch.
Go.
4-3. Great save. Nobody's taking control so far.
No, they've been going back and forth. It's just tied up at 4-all.
Five to 4, Booker T. These kids, like I said, they can be tired. They
Yeah.
can be fatigued. They can be thinking about dinner. There's a lot of things, homework tomorrow. There's a lot that goes on in your mind. 6 to 4. Another break, Carl, and we'll take a break. 6-4. Big point here for both teams. It's gonna who wants it more here.
Yeah. Right now, Booker T look like they're trying to pull away with this 3-point lead now.
And right now is the time to be peaking. You don't want to. It's hard to play catch up when it's the third set.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, the third set is like a game 7.
8-4. Booker T with the lead. And they got the point there. Five-point lead. This is number 1, Sundring. All the best to him. Remember, folks, these are middle school kids.
Yeah.
All shapes and sizes. They do the best they can.
Oh, yeah.
Academics, athletics, activity, sportsmanship. Two of the oldest schools, middle schools in Newport News.
And so now it's a little bit of a strategy by Huntington, one of their smaller players, number 14, but he brought them back in that last game, and that's how they won with those serves that he did. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, James has got a good serve. What a save. Back and forth. And I like how number 3 and number 10 work together.
Yeah.
And Godfrey and Tolan.
Yeah.
They work really well together.
Yeah, those two seem like they have some chemistry there.
And they can kind of talk without talking. We'll see what James does. A lot of desire from this kid.
Nice one.
You don't want to catch somebody in no man's land. 10-6. Booker T. And this is Ireland. Slaps it across the net. Whatever it takes. Ten to 7. Coach is trying to use any strategy they can. Bill Bowman is a savvy official. He's been a coach as well.
And it's a timeout here. And the score is 10-7, Booker T. We'll be back after these messages.
All right, 10-7, Booker T. Remember, it's the first team to win by 2. They're playing up to 15.
Right.
The first 2 sets were 25. The decisive set, 15 win by 2. So the hourglass is ticking. Again, like Carl said, you can see the chemistry between Godfrey and Tolan, but they're going to need more than that to win this set.
Yeah, they're going to need the whole team to win this set. You got to keep your eyes on the ball.
See, just like in tennis, rallying, fouling, serving, it's all important.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's all important.
11-8. Good placement.
That's all right, guys.
11-9.
Side out, side out.
You couldn't have done it.
11-10. And right now, Carl, it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah.
Booker T has played so well, but it comes down to this third set.
Yeah. Yeah, it
it's
comes down to who's going to get it, who's going to want it more.
And the
Those are
serve,
the type of mistakes you can't make.
the serve is so important. Nice serve.
Nice.
And it looks like Booker T has a small player of their own, #1 with the serve to combat Huntington with #14, who was doing those outstanding serves down the stretch.
This is Sundering,
Yes, good.
13-11.
Back corner. Back corner.
It's going to be about concentration here. Vikings down by 1 serving. This is Brown. A lot of timeouts going on. We'll take 1 too.
Right.
All right, Carl, what are the keys here in the final few moments? First of all, if you are Booker T.
If you're Booker T, just keep your composure, play your game, don't go and play the other team's game, and continue to serve the ball well. They served the ball well, especially in this third set.
And this will come down to the serve right here from Brown, #3. And the keys for Huntington.
Keys for Huntington is get a little bit more composure, continue to play tough up on the net, because that's where they've been getting a lot of their points, playing tough up on the net, and keep communication going. Since they've gotten that communication going, we've seen them play better on these sets.
A lot of official rulings here and communications. You got to wonder who that's going to favor. Is this anybody's ball game right now? You just don't want the officials to rule out an outcome.
Yeah, you really don't. We, even though the Super Bowl, as great a game as that was, the one thing everybody talked about was the officiating at the end. Even though that was a pass interference call, everybody talked about that. So,
And Mahomes, in my opinion, is the modern day Houdini. He's unbelievable.
yeah.
He'll play like he's playing basketball, playing football,
Good
Yeah.
guy.
throwing the sidearm passes like baseball. Whatever it takes. He was injured, and I love that guy's firepower.
Yeah.
He doesn't get down when they're losing,
No.
and he can do it another. If there's one person that can break Brady's record, it can be him.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it might
Oh,
be
yeah.
difficult to do it
Yeah.
because that's a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But Mahomes has got such a great attitude.
Right. Definitely.
That's why you see him in so many commercials too.
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly.
he's well liked. He's well liked.
Huddle up. Huddle up. Huddle up. Huddle up.
Huntington down by one serving. Got to watch the serve. The key is just getting it across the net, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a lot of talking.
Yeah, a lot of stoppage in this game.
A lot of
too.
disturbances here.
Yeah.
What's the disturbance about?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. It's a lot of stoppage and talking with officials and talking with the coaches and stuff like that.
A lot of stoppages in play. Then when you see kids sitting down taking a break, they're like wondering what's going on. It's 13-0.
And see, these are the kinds of things that can affect momentum. You know, because you had Huntington, they scored a point, they had some momentum. Now this break could affect the momentum. We saw that the last game with Booker, the first game with Booker T, and they had that big stoppage that affected their momentum a little bit.
There's nothing worse than taking points off the scoreboard either.
Yeah.
It really can deflate your confidence.
Right.
Especially when everything is on the line right now. These officials have got to keep this game moving.
Mm-hmm. And they have to get the score right, because this is the second time that they've changed the score. Because we saw within the first set, it was something like 13-9, and all of a sudden it was like 13-11. And it seems like this score, you know, now we were looking at 13-12, now it's tied up at 13. So they got to get the score right. And I'm sure that this is frustrating for the coaches as well.
Very difficult to make these game-altering decisions with everything at play here. I think the crowd's telling them they want to get going.
Yeah.
Coach is trying to keep the players' minds in the game. I mean, really, these are too many breaks.
Yeah.
At this level.
Especially, you know, in a critical game like this, a game 3 that could make the deciding factor of who is going to win the middle school volleyball championship and be the champion of boys middle school volleyball here in Newport News.
Coach McCullough is shaking her head. She can't believe it.
Don't worry about the score. Let's go.
Just get the points.
Let's play.
Play the ball. Play the ball. All right, guys, play the ball. Let's go.
It's 13-0. This will be the biggest serve of Brown's young career for Huntington.
Come on, guys, you got it. Let's go.
Ball still in play. And again, any stoppage in play seems to be favoring Huntington.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Remember, you got to win by 2.
Yeah. And now you have Tolan, so he can serve. If he puts his ball right, that can make the difference in this game.
Been an even match. Both teams won 25-23. You got to win by 2.
Yeah.
Gotta think.
It's mental too.
Let's go. Focus in. Let's go.
Nice.
And Huntington, the Vikings win the championship. Lost the first set 25-23. Won the second 25-23. And won the third 16-14. I really think the moral and theme of this match, though, was the stoppages of play.
Yeah, the stoppages of play really made a huge difference. There we see some emotion from one of the Booker T players there. And the stoppage of play just really made a difference. We saw it in 2 games out of 3 in this series, and in favor of Huntington.
So once again, it was all Booker T early on, and you let a team get back in. Other factors, like you said, the stopping of play, the momentum builds toward Huntington. They took advantage of that in the 3rd set. It's a short set. You don't play up to 15, win by 2.
Right.
They won 16-14.
Right.
So great sportsmanship regardless.
Yeah, great sportsmanship regardless. You know, two great games. They came back and won, obviously, but you know, obviously there's going to be some discussion about some of these calls that went on in this game, the stoppage in this game. There's going to be some controversy associated with this game.
Yep, we'll see if Mr. Price continues with these ceremonies. But Carl, it was great work with you. Once again, Huntington wins the boys championship. All the best. And for Ray Price and Carl Daniels, I'm Greg Bicouvaris. We'll talk to you soon.